At Wind River Resort and Casino, we like to celebrate life's little moments. Oh, and the big ones too, because around here, when you're completely in the moment, that's when the magic happens. Come in and find your moment at Wind River Resort and Casino.
Good morning, everyone. I'm meteorologist Mike Krueger, and I just received word, and I see that there are some issues with the Roku app. The server seems to be down, and it's not working properly on Roku. And unfortunately, it's not going to work on the website or the app either, but you can still check it out on YouTube. But of course, if you regularly go to those areas, you're just thinking it's down and you don't know otherwise. So I apologize, I guess quietly, to those who can't hear me, who are typically watching on those other platforms. They are working on it. They are hoping to resolve the issue soon. But in the meantime, hopefully you've been able to resort going to YouTube or going to Facebook. Those are really the only two places you're going to be able to watch right now. Is YouTube, is on Facebook as well. Let me see if it's working on the app. I have a feeling it's probably not, because it's coming in from the same feed. Yeah, not working on the app either. Ugh. Technology, it doesn't always work perfectly every time, but it happens. All right, folks. By the way, I'm going to be giving these away today. I'm going to be announcing the winner here later in the show, so be sure to stick around for that. Taking a look at the radar, yes, there have been a few showers off to the north, as expected, mainly in Siskiyou, northern Trinity, northern Humboldt, and Del Norte counties. And if we look at the last few frames of that loop, you can start to see some heavier precipitation developing behind that. Hey, let's take a look at a beautiful shot coming in from Durham at the Sierra foothills. This is looking east over the Sierra foothills. If you look closely, you can see on the very summit of those peaks, we are seeing some snow. Beautiful shot of just our local area. Thank you to Steve Cook for sharing that photo of the Durham area. You can share your photos just like Steve did from the free Weather NorCal app. And if you don't have the app, you should. Just search for Weather NorCal in your app store, and you can upload your photos for free. It's all free, and you just might see it right here on the morning show, and of course on Coffee with Krueger, the works. It's going to be there, so there's lots of fun. Enjoy seeing your photos. All right, let's go ahead and take a look now at your Krueger's Quickcast. This is Wednesday, April 15th. Good morning to you, Jackie. I see your posts coming on in here this morning. Some of our regulars checking in this morning. There you can see temperatures low 50s in the valley. Temperatures are in the 40s for the higher elevations and upper 40s right now along the coast. Now, out the door this morning, there are going to be some showers. North Coast, Modoc County, even Siskiyou County, you're seeing some of those showers, and even northern Trinity County. But the valley, still dry at this point, and most of the eastern mountains are still fairly dry at this point this morning as well, and even at 8 o'clock this morning. There's the cold front. That's the storm system that's clipping northern California. Now, the main upper area of low pressure is riding down the coast of Canada, working its way into the Pacific Northwest. That, again, is mainly impacting the Pacific Northwest, but it is just clipping northern California, and that's why the north end of northern California is seeing the bulk of the rain. So let's take you into about midday today, and you can see that rain kind of kicking in. We got Jackie Dixon, who is saying rain there for about an hour. So thank you, Jackie, for that report. Yeah, the rain is certainly going to be kicking in here through the morning hours. Now, the main focus, and which is typical and standard with these types of clipper systems, is that the energy is focused to the north and west of the valley. Siskiyou, Del Norte, northern Trinity, and into Humboldt County as well. Otherwise, you can see not much going on elsewhere, right? And then as that kind of pushes eastward, there may be a sprinkle. There may be a light shower for parts of the valley through the early afternoon hours. But again, most of the energy is focused to the north now at this point, into eastern Siskiyou and into Modoc County. That pushes eastward by 6 o'clock this evening. Now it's mainly off to the east, a sprinkle, maybe a light shower in the eastern mountains. And then we're pretty much done with it by later tonight and especially tomorrow. The winds are picking up, especially in Modoc County, parts of Siskiyou, Lassen, and Plumas counties as well. In fact, you see those mountain ridge tops could see 40 to even 50 miles per hour. Eventually, late this afternoon and evening, the coast may see those breezes pick up. We also may see those north winds kind of kicking up here for the valley as well, 20, 25 miles per hour. Rainfall chances today, at least in the valley, very slim. Higher chances for the coast. And then we dry things out for the most part for Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And Sunday will be our next shot at some rain. But coming up in our deeper dive, we're going to talk about how one of the forecast models is kind of backing off on that rain for Sunday, which would be good news for those of you that are going to the Red Bluff Roundup on Sunday. Not such great news if you want the rain, because yeah, the rain is always a welcome sight. Temperatures are going to be a little bit cooler. Now, what you'll notice is to the south, you've got about 70, right, in the valley. But north of that, mid-60s. Again, because I think we're going to see less cloud cover there, less in the way of rain. And most of that cloud cover and any measurable rainfall, if we see any in the valley, will be the farther north you go, the better the chances. And of course, in the mountains, those better chances as well. We do have a frost advisory for tonight, basically tomorrow morning until 9 a.m. Temperatures are going to be upper 20s, low 30s in western Siskiyou County. That could damage sensitive crops. There's also a freeze watch for tomorrow night into early Friday morning, upper 20s, low 30s there. Could damage some of that sensitive vegetation. So for tonight, I'm expecting temperatures upper 30s to low 40s for most of us in the valley. It's going to be a cool night. Mainly 20s in the higher elevations, and there you can see even cold for the coast, dropping down to the mid to upper 30s for your overnight lows. Let's take a look at that 7-day outlook for the valley. We've got those temperatures going up, then down, then up again. And our next chance for rain after today will be Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. But as I mentioned, we got to talk about that chance for rain Sunday because there is a little bit of discrepancy in those long-range forecast models, and that's something that we'll be talking about in our deeper dive forecast. But in the meantime, we got those drier conditions and warmer too, especially by Friday and Saturday. All right, I want to show you something new. This is so exciting. This is just went live, this camera right here, yesterday. I have been, since I launched Weather NorCal, this has been a dream of mine to get a camera network up that is Weather NorCal's, kind of the priority of Weather NorCal. It's where you'll be able to find more and more cameras. Now, this is the first one. We have 2 others going up. We'll let you know later where those are going, but I want to thank Kenny Elwood from Elwood Ranch, Lassen County Nursery, and Divine Restaurant. And see, what you're seeing here, this image is from the top of Divine Restaurant. So overlooking out the Sundial, there you can see way off in the distance there, the Sundial Bridge. You can see the Sacramento River. Beautiful, beautiful shot. Now, some of the things that we can do with this, let's see if I have it up. Do I have it up? I do. I can move this wherever I want. How fun is that? Let's move this over a little bit to the north and then eventually off a little bit to the west. Right? There you can see other parts of the Sacramento River. Now, eventually, we're going to kind of, there's a look at Shasta Bali, and then, of course, we get the rooftop there. But there's a look at Shasta Bali. We'll be able to get some beautiful sunset shots there. And then we kind of take you back to the east. And we got the most cloudy skies. Now, eventually, this right here is where we're going to be able to see Mount Shasta once those clouds do dissipate. But beautiful shot nonetheless. So again, I want to thank Kenny Elwood for getting and jumping on board with this and sponsoring these cameras. Again, we've got 2 others that are going to be on the way. We'll be announcing where those are once they are up, but be on the lookout for that. These will also eventually be available online. You can go to weathernorcal.com. They'll be available on the app, the works. So very excited to have these cameras. And once again, thank you to Kenny Elwood for that. All right. Jackie is saying she's going to be traveling, kind of why we have this camera up, traveling over to Redding Friday and then back to the coast Monday. Thank you for the great coverage. You are welcome, and thank you for being a loyal viewer. Love the loyal viewers. I love all the viewers. It seems April is going to be unsettled weather patterns. April showers. bring Mayflowers. Is Friday going to be raining, you think, at all? No. Not going to be raining at all. Do you want to don't want to get rained on during my concert at the Civic? No, you're not going to get rained on Friday, but you could get rained on Sunday, which we'll get into that a little bit later. So there again is a look at our newest camera, and it's only available on Weather NorCal. How cool is that? All right, take a look at the Lake Oroville camera. And you can see here, kind of really can't see too much going on there. There's a look at Main Street Chico this morning. And by the way, if you're waiting for the announcement of who's going to win those tickets, it's on the way, coming up soon. Highway 44, Sundial Bridge Drive in Reading. We are looking at not a lot of traffic out there. Crescent City, the winds are certainly blowing a bit, and it looks a little wet out there. Of course, they've seen some of the rain last night and early this morning, and that rain will be picking up here throughout the morning hours. Gusty winds, too, as you can see there. Taking a look at Soda Ridge, we've got a lot of these just scattered clouds out there, and eventually some of those showers. There's the clouds over Fort Jones and Scott Valley in general. No rain there just yet, but that'll probably be changing. There's a look at Lassen Park. Looks pretty nice out there. All right, again, before we get to the announcement of the winner, I've got one more thing we're going to be going over, and then after that, we are going to go and announce who the winner is of the tickets. So, as you know, we started a new segment called Gardening with Grange Co-op. Now, I contacted them to do another gardening segment, but they are very excited about a new product that they offer at their store, and it's clothes that have fire resistance to them. So check this out, pretty cool. Grange Co-op, what's going on over there, and one of their newest products. Hello everyone, I'm Mike Krueger from Weather NorCal. We're at Grange Co-op, and with me right now I've got Karen, and you are head of the apparel section.
Correct.
You've got something really exciting that you've been wanting to bring to the store since day one, really, right? So what do you have here that's new?
I have Ariat fire rated clothing. It's a Cat 2. But I do have access to higher up. It's really great because we get a lot of firefighters from out of town up here. And if they get in Poison Oak and they need another pair of pants, it's very limited on where you can go to get another pair of pants. Well, now I have that.
So everything that we see here, we've got the jeans, we've got the shirts. These are all fire retardant. You say Cat 2. What does that mean?
Well, it's the levels. It starts 0, obviously nothing, up to 4. These are in the middle. They're Cat 2. All this is Cat 2.
So like you say, if someone says, hey, I need Cat 4, you can get access to that.
We can order it.
Excellent.
Yes.
Excellent. So it's not just a spray-on that they put on. It's actually incorporated within the material, right?
It's in the fabric. It is in the fabric. It is not a spray-on. And Ariat, I mean, they think that, you know, why shouldn't you look good and be comfortable while being safe? I mean, it's an all-encompassing thing.
That is awesome. Well, you can always come here to Grange Co-op. They've got a great selection here, as you can see from Ariat. This is Cat 2, but like you say, you can get up to Cat 3 or 4, or even Cat 1 or 0. They can order it for you. And that's one of the great things they do here at Grange Co-op, is that they can special order things for you if they don't have it in the store. So thank you, Karen.
Thank you,
Come on
Mike.
by Grange Co-op for your fire retardant or fire, what's the word I'm looking for?
Fire resistant.
Fire resistant clothes right here at Grange Co-op.
Thank you, Mike.
All right, so check it out. They got a lot of cool stuff going on over there, and Grange Co-op is a great place to get some of your fire-resistant clothes. Yes, that was kind of the word that I was having a hard time with. All right, so here it is. The wheel that I will be spinning to see who wins right here. So all of these people, you see your name. If you entered, check to see if you're on there. And I checked all the emails, I went through all of them, and here they all are. So I've got 2 tickets for this Friday night's event for the Red Bluff Roundup. Let's go ahead and click this and get it started. Here we go, we're spinning the wheel. And I'm sure, there we go, what's going on? Here it is. Who's the winner? It is, the winner is, it just went into Julie I'm not going to, Tuhig. I don't know exactly how you say that name, but Julie, congratulations to you. You are the big winner of the Red Bluff Roundup tickets. So there you go. I will be contacting you via email. See if we can either get them dropped off somewhere for you. We can meet somewhere. Maybe I can get them to you if you're in the Reading area. If not, I can drop them off at Red Bluff Roundup in their, what do they call it? The will call and you can pick them up there. But we'll be in connection. I'll be in contact with you. So congratulations to Julie, and I want to thank everyone who participated in the contest for participating, and better luck next year, because hopefully we'll be doing this contest again next year. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at what's going on with the forecast. And before we get to the forecast, I do want to show you this beautiful shot again coming in from Steve Cook. This is a shot in Durham, looking to the east over the Sierra foothills. If you look closer, you can see some of the beautiful snow-capped mountains. All right, I want to thank Steve for sending in that photo. You can also share your photos from the free Weather NorCal app. By the way, if you're watching, usually watch on Roku or from the website or from the app. My guy said there is a glitch in the Roku app. He's working on a fix for it now. What I need to tell him, though, is the website and the app are down as well. So hold on one second while we try to fix this. All right, there you go. Had to get that out there. But yeah, Jackie's saying congratulations to Julie. Congratulations to you as well. So again, you can use the free Weather NorCal app to upload your photos, and you might just see your photo right here. All right, by the way, Wind River is the sponsor of Coffee with Krueger and has been the sponsor since day one. We're going to take a look at some of the great events that they have over there. So check this out. So really, of course, this Sunday, April 19th, they've got the Show and Shine. We talked about that yesterday. Let's talk about a big show that they got going on here. Chase Matthew will be live Sunday, April 26th. So a week from this Sunday, Chase Matthew, the doors will open at 6:30 in the evening. The event starts at 7:30. Of course, you can always get your tickets. Just go to windriver.com, go to the entertainment section, and you can see right there at the bottom of your screen, it says you can purchase your tickets. Tickets are $40. Hey, that's a good deal. I mean, come on. How many times you go to a concert? It's like hundreds of dollars, if not even in the thousands of dollars. So great deal, great entertainment out at Wind River Resort and Casino. I want to thank them again for their support of Coffee with Krueger and Weather NorCal in general. All right, here's a look at your weather headlines. Don't expect much rain today, if any, depending on where you are. Now, of course, the coast has seen the rain and has seen the rain so far. But I do expect dry conditions for you Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Gusty winds at times. The winds will be picking up, especially today, where we got the strongest winds in Modoc County, Lassen, and eastern Plumas. And then possible rain again going into the second half of the weekend and early next week. So we're going to talk about, and here's the thing, we're talking about, the Red Bluff Roundup, and I just gave those Red Bluff Roundup tickets to Julie, so we're really excited about that. Sunday, it looked like there's going to be a chance for some rain. And there still could be a chance for some rain. But there are some forecast models that are saying, no, it's not going to happen until early next week. So we're going to get into that in the deeper dive forecast. But first, a word from the Red Bluff Roundup.
Get ready for the largest 3-day rodeo in America. Over $350,000 in prize money. 3 days. April 17th through the 19th. Cowboys and cowgirls from across the nation come to Red Bluff to compete for over $350,000 in cash. Family fun for all ages at the Tehama District Fairgrounds. Don't miss this year's Red Bluff Roundup. Tickets available online and at the Red Bluff office.
All right, so we go ahead and take a look at that radar image here, and you can see here that really last night and early this morning, it's all been focused to the north. We're looking at northern Humboldt, Del Norte, Siskiyou, and it really has been dying out before really hitting Modoc County. There have been a few light showers last night and even early this morning. But if you look elsewhere, it's hard-pressed to really see anything. A little bit extreme northern Trinity, and a little bit trying to pop up there in parts of Lassen. But really, this is where most of the energy is. And honestly, this is where most of the energy is going to be throughout the day today. Take a look at the temperatures out there right now. Low 50s, even some upper 40s in the valley. 40s for the higher elevations. It's actually pretty mild out there because of the added cloud cover that we've seen and are still seeing out there this morning. So the area of low pressure is spinning right here, cold air. There's the speckled clouds. This has characteristics of a winter storm, right? Because winter storms, you see the speckled clouds, that's an indication of the colder air that we see in the upper levels of the atmosphere. Here's the cold front right here. That cold front is going to be clipping Northern California, and it's doing that as we speak, and that's what's going to bring some of that rain and the heaviest rainfall on the coast. Now, by tomorrow, it's dry. Friday, Saturday, looking dry. Now, this is the long-range GFS forecast model. This is the American forecast model. We're going to take you all the way to Sunday. Here's Sunday, the last day of the Red Bluff Roundup, by the way. This model is saying, nope. What it's doing is, you'll notice, it's cutting itself from the upper level flow, and it kind of stalls itself out here for Sunday and Monday. So even Monday, it's saying, nope, no rain just yet. Maybe a little bit along the coast, but that looks to be about it. Then it finally pushes to the east. We see that rain kind of kick in as we go into Tuesday, Wednesday, even Thursday of next week before drying out near the end of next week. That's what the GFS is showing. Now I'm going to show you the long-range European forecast model. And let's just kind of advance it into time here. I'm going to have it stop. I think I've got it stopping on Saturday here. So here's Saturday. There's the rain off to our west. Still dry. That's what it's been showing. Then we go into Sunday. All right, now it's showing rain on Sunday, right? And then, of course, we continue with that rain going into Monday, even Tuesday of next week. Now, this is one of those things where, really, quite honestly, yesterday, this is when the GFS decided to go ahead and hold off until early next week for the rain. Up until that point, the GFS has been very consistent in keeping us dry through the first half of the weekend, giving us more rain on Sunday, and then continuing into early next week. It wasn't until a few days after the GFS was showing this that the European came on board with that as well. So for about 3 or 4 days, the GFS and the long rain and the Euro have been really in good alignment in bringing that rain Sunday into Monday and Tuesday of next week. But now they're spreading apart. Now the long range is sticking with that trend, but the GFS is saying, no, I'm going to hold off until early next week. So we'll see. For now, I'm going to keep the chance for rain on Sunday into early next week. But that's one of those things that if you've got outdoor plans on Sunday, you're going to want to keep a close eye on the forecast. If you have outdoor plans today, watch closely and we'll talk about what's going on here. So the cold front is pushing through. Midday, the cold front is still right about here. So what we're seeing is the bulk of the energy, as we typically see with these clipper systems, is up to the north and west. We're not seeing much in the way of anything for the valley or east. Now it looks like we're seeing a little bit of energy, a little bit of shower activity popping up just to the east of the valley, especially east of Redding in eastern Shasta County. A little bit of snow maybe at Lassen Peak, but that's it. Watch what happens. Just disappears, doesn't it? This is normal because it hits the coastal range. That coastal range basically just eats away at the storm and it fizzles out. Now, it's not showing any rain whatsoever for the valley. We may see a passing sprinkle, a passing shower, maybe even some light accumulation. A few hundreds here and there for parts of the valley, especially to the north, slimmer chances to the south. But even by 6 p.m., you see how it really breaks apart. It's not very strong at that point, and then it's out of here by tomorrow. In fact, we're clearing things out. Clear skies. Still a little bit of a bite in the air. Still a little chilly out there. Going to struggle to get out of the 60s tomorrow for the valley. But by Friday, 70s. By Saturday, 70s. Now, look at Saturday. Saturday in the morning through the afternoon, some clouds moving in advance of this storm system right here. There's the rain. Will this rain push on shore Sunday? That's the big question, and that's what we're going to be watching very closely. Rainfall estimates, as we'd expect, where most of the rain is to the north and west. Now, again, it's not picking up on any accumulating rain for the valley. That doesn't necessarily mean it's not going to happen. That's exactly what's going to happen. We may see 100th or 200ths of an inch of rainfall in spots, especially the north around Redding, maybe Red Bluff. But there you can see, even off to the east, it's not very significant. But up to the north, yeah, upwards of 1/10. And, honestly, maybe even 2/10 of an inch of rain. Just depends. And then snow, yeah, pretty unimpressive, right? Warner Mountains, there's Mount Shasta, right? The mountain of Mount Shasta. And then, of course, the Marble Mountains and the Trinity Alps. Yeah, maybe some of those highest elevations, seeing, 2-4 inches of snow. Nothing big. Now, the winds, as that cold front passes through, look at that. Really strong winds off to the east. See the red? That's getting into the 40 to 50 mile an hour range. Now, that's over the mountain ridge tops. That's the Warner Mountains. And, of course, we're going into the northern Sierra that we're starting to see some of those mountain ridge tops also see those gusty winds. But eventually this afternoon and evening, Winds coming in from the northwest for the valley, 20, 25 miles per hour, about 20 miles per hour from the north for the coast. Winds a bit stronger, though, for the valley on Thursday with that north wind, 20 to 25 miles per hour there, close to 30 miles per hour for parts of the coast, and some gusty winds off to the east as well. Now let's advance into Friday. Winds kind of starting to die down for Friday, and then Saturday the winds may pick up here coming in from the south for the eastern mountains by the time we get into Saturday. So yeah, I mean, off and on winds. The strongest winds will be today, and then a little bit stronger for the valley by tomorrow. Here's that little roller coaster ride up Friday, Saturday, back down, and then back up. Mini roller coaster ride. This is not a big deal. Not a very much of a thrill ride, is it? But we are seeing those temperatures kind of going up and down a bit. There's that historical average for all three lakes, still over 100%, looking healthy. Now, looking at that wave height, those wave heights today, they have increased and will continue to increase today and tomorrow. As a result, there actually is a small craft advisory, as I've been kind of talking about this the last few days, that as the storm system approaches, those wave heights are going to increase, and that's why we've got that small craft advisory. The winds will eventually, later this morning, quickly turn over from the northwest at about 20 to 25 knots. Your neighborhood forecast, sponsored by Dignity Health and Grange Co-op. It's going to be in the mainly 50s for Trinity County. Now for Trinity County, North Trinity County, I think you've got the best chance for showers. South, places like Ruth, your chances are a bit slimmer, and even south of that. Now let's take a look at your North Coast neighborhood forecast. There is a little bit of a bullseye, kind of southern Humboldt County, but I think the bulk of the rain, the heaviest rainfall today, will be in northern Humboldt and in Del Norte County. So Smith River, Gas Key, Crescent City, all seeing that better chance for rain, as well as Klamath. Then we're dry for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then potentially that rain on Sunday. We talked about how the GFS is backing off on Sunday's rain, but you can see here for Siskiyou County, you got showers today. Snow levels probably around 4,000, 4,500 feet. So yeah, some snowflakes are a possibility, at the very least a mix when we start to see some of that precipitation move into Alturas today. There you can see temperatures in the mid to upper 50s for the eastern mountains. We've got 57 degrees in Janesville, and not much in the way of rain or even snow for that matter in the eastern mountains today. For the valley to the south, look at that, we're still in the 70s. Again, we're going to have a harder time getting that rain down to the southern portion of the valley. There may be a bit more sunshine, and as a result, a little bit warmer for today. But a bit of a drop on Thursday because the colder air is moving in. There's that chance for showers coming in again for Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. 65 degrees for Redding, 66 degrees for Cottonwood, 65 degrees in Palo Cedro, and 58 degrees in Lakehead. And here's your 7-day forecast for Redding. Now, I do have the raindrops coming from the clouds on Wednesday, but don't expect much. Don't cancel your outdoor plans. You could turn off your sprinklers if you want, but you're going to probably need to turn them back on tomorrow. And then more wet weather, you can turn them off on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. A little bit cooler by Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday as well. Well, in case you weren't here for it, we did announce the winner. And the winner is, well, I guess it must have reset itself. But the winner, Julie. Julie is the winner. Julie... I think I have it in here. I can see it. Where is it? No, I will be contacting her. Her name is Julie, and why am I not seeing it on here? I think because it takes it off. It takes it off once you spin it. So if you do another spin, Julie won't win twice. But Julie is the winner. So Julie, congratulations to you. I'll be contacting you via email, and we'll get you all set up. There it is. We finally made the announcement. Very excited that we have a winner. I'm also very excited about our new camera. You're going to be seeing a lot more of that. The Divine View. I'll talk to Kenny, see what he wants to call it, but I think Divine View would be kind of cool. Out in Redding. All right, folks, that's going to do it for us today. We got a couple of people. Hannah is actually asking, will Redding see much rain today? The answer to that is no. Redding will not see much rain today. Redding will see maybe some rain, a sprinkle, a light shower, But if you have outdoor plans, maybe bring an umbrella. Be prepared for maybe a little bit of light rain, but that would probably be the extent of it, is what I'm expecting out of this as well. All right, that's going to do it. Let's take another look at the camera before we kind of wrap things up here. And I'll kind of take you on a little tour of the camera and how cool this thing is. Let's get you going on that. I'm just going to take it full screen so you can take a look at it. And there it is. Now, this is coming, if you're familiar with it, the old View 202 restaurant is now Divine Restaurant, if you don't know about that. Which, by the way, if you haven't been there, go. It is amazing food. It's Italian, but great stuff. Great stuff. Check it out. Divine is what it's called. But anyway, this camera is on top of Divine Restaurant, overlooking the Sacramento River. Now, of course, we've got a lot of cloud cover out there, so we don't have the best representation of what's going on here, because typically we would see Mount Shasta off in the distance, but we can't this morning because of the added cloud cover. Let's take you off to the west here. I can move the camera. There we go. And we have got a nice view of downtown Redding right here. And then on top of that, you can see Lassen Peak. Excuse me, Lassen. That's Shasta Valley. And you can see that nice little snow line there. But just a beautiful shot of the river in general. It's kind of cool is his plan is that you're going to be able to, on your boat, dock up at the bottom of where Divine Restaurant is and get some food there. So that's really exciting. But yeah, this is just a great camera. I'm so excited about it. This is one of 3 that Kenny Elwood will be sponsoring. So I'm very excited to get those up. I'll be announcing where those are once they are up. I know the second one is hopefully going to be going up here within the next week or 2. And once that's up, we'll let you know. We'll show it to you. It's amazing. It's going to be awesome. This is one of the things that I've really, really wanted since I launched, but it's just the company that I found that I'm working with here with these cameras. It's amazing. We can do time lapses, all kinds of stuff with this camera, and so very excited about it. This will eventually be available on the app. You'll be able to see this camera on the website. I will probably eventually, once we have more cameras, we'll be putting them up on the 24-hour streaming channel as well, which is down right now. Let me see if it's back up. No, it's not. We are having some issues with it. Let's see if it's trying to load up. Nope, no issue. We're still having issues. So I will be in contact with my server and see if we can get that issue resolved. But again, yeah, very excited. The Divine camera on top of the Divine Restaurant overlooking the Sacramento River. And if you look closely, you might see Mount Shasta off in the distance there in the center of your screen. Beautiful shot. Once it clears out, we'll get a nice view of Mount Shasta tomorrow. Well, in the meantime, you have yourselves a great day, and we will see you right here tomorrow morning on Coffee with Krueger at 6:30. Hopefully Roku and everything else will be up and running properly, and hopefully it's going to be running here soon. But you have yourselves a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow.